All right, good people. All right, you excited?
Yeah, let's hear
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, Matt in the house.
Yeah, I'm ready to hear it.
So we're all right. Yes, so we have somebody that hasn't heard me play this same riff 40,000 times. So hopefully there's a little more perspective. Anyway, after we got done with that, our little demo of the preamps yesterday, there was kind of, I don't know, I had some questions in my own mind, and then somebody had mentioned it too, that let's just the Brent Averill 1073 can go between 300 ohms and 1200 ohms. It was set at 300. The TG can go between 300 and 1200, and it was set to 1200. So I was messing around today. Somebody said that they like 300 better. They like 1200 better. I think I like 300 better, but we're going to just start from the beginning. So we're going to play the same riff just because we're all not sufficiently tired of it yet. So here is Modded Marshall Greenbacks. Greenbacks 57-421. The other thing too on the Greenback cab, with all the moving around, the 57 was kind of a little bit further out, which made it a little darker. I pulled it in last night when we got done. We're almost done with all this. It'd be nice just to start making music, but I'm like, this is it, really. Now we're at the finishing touches. So let me check phase. Yeah, there you go, man. That's by eye. That's like maybe off by one sample at 88.2. We're good. I used to actually worry about it if it was like one sample at 88.2. That's crazy. All right, here we go. So let's get a little level. This is Brent Averill 1073 at 1200. Top mic is 57, bottom mic is 421, 1200 ohms. All right. Now we're going to go to 300 ohms, which I just bumped the knob. I think it gets louder. Maybe. All right, anyway, here we go. 300 ohms. Edgy. Enough for rock and roll. BAE 300 ohms. All right. So, you ready for this? Here is 1200 ohms. Looks pretty much through. Yeah, close enough right there, let's say. 1200 ohms. 300.
Okay, I think that 300 is not as bright, but 1200 is also a bit too sizzly.
1200. 300. 300's darker. Oh,
Yeah.
so the key with the videos are
Yeah.
we can't talk.
Oh.
Well, no, we can't talk while the music's playing because I cut this mic out.
Oh, okay.
So you could talk.
Oh, you
but
won't
it's gonna
get
be-
picked up.
Yeah, but like wait till it's done and then we talk about it.
Okay.
He's learning, so let's go back to it. Here's 1200. 300. 1200. Huh. Yeah. 1200 feels less choked. What do you think?
Yeah, 1200 is definitely brighter, but more brittle, and then the 300 or whatever is definitely darker.
Yeah, it's funny. And each time I listen to it, it feels different. Guitar sounds are weird, man.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Here's 1200. And 300. I kind of like 300 better
I do
personally.
too. It has
It's
more
more
mid-range.
it's more masculine.
Yeah.
All right, so now hold the phone. We're gonna do the same thing with the TGs.
Okay.
Oh! So you're good. I got it. Oh. All right. So this is the exact same guitar sound, exact same mics. All I did was move the mics in the breakout box, which I could actually do that here, but whatever. All right. So here is now. These are 500 series Chandler TG2 preamps. And see this is the thing with yesterday's shootout. They were different. They were like mismatched. This is TG. We'll do 1200 first because the TG was at 1200 and the BAEs were at 300. But when I switched the Vision, I'll label this once I'm done. Yeah, there you go. Once when I switched on the TGs, I like the 300. I mean, well, here let's figure this out on our own. So let me get a level. This is TG Chandler TG2 500 series in the purple Sweet 10 rack, 1200 ohm. And the course input is just kind of at noon. I think it's like 35 or 40. I don't know. It was kind of, the more I dug into it, the darker it got, and it got a little bit more vintagey, and I didn't like it. This was kind of right about, and the fine gain is right about noon. Everything's kind of up the middle. You know, the TG has those chicken knobs, like those old, like...
Yeah.
I'm a little weird with the chicken knobs. I'll get the hang of it.
Okay.
Like, if you grab them wrong, it ends up spinning on you.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. TG2, 1200 ohms. $1,200 ohms. Yeah, different experience. It clips a little bit. It's like a little less saturated.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna we got a sense of this. We just want to hear it. All right, here's 300 ohms now on the TG. Whoa, that's gonna get loud. All right, 300. TG 300. All right, that's rock and roll. Okay, so here's the TG at 1200. Try to even guys a little bit. Yeah, this pre is more kind of. It doesn't seem as saturated. Like it's more extreme. Some of these pre's have like less like resistance or less less stuff inside, and they're more rambunctious, which is cool. It can sound really cool, kind of more like 80, yeah, whatever. So anyway, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. TG 1200. $300. Damn.
That 300 sounds pretty good.
That 300 is killer on a TG. It's more dramatic of a change to me than the Neve.
Oh, for sure.
Here's the TG at 1200. $300. When I was playing that just now, I felt like I just wanted to play forever.
Yeah, that
like that just feels
really
so good. But see, the 1200's nice with the notes. Here's the 1200 on the notes.
Because it has less going on.
300, yeah. A little more like tighter. All right.
More articulate, yeah.
Here's the BAE at 1200. And TG. Definitely like more darker.
Yeah, and it's spongier. The TG's darker and spongier.
It's spongier too, huh?
I think so.
All right, here's the Brent Averill at 1200. TG at 1200. Stink Face is nice. They're both great.
Yeah.
Here's the Brent Averill at 300. Oh, so here's the Brent Averill at 1200. Okay. And then 300. The 300 is, I don't know if it's ohmage. I don't know what it means, but the 300 always feels more like darker or serious,
definitely.
heavier. 1200 BAE.
Oh, sorry.
Huh? What do you think?
I think it's definitely the 300's darker. It seems like every time.
Yeah, because then here's the TG at 1200. 300. See, a dude commented on the video that came out yesterday about 300 will create like a choke, you know, to feel more tight, more constipated, more choked, whatever.
Yeah.
Which can be cool or not cool, but I hear what he's saying, because the 1200 feels more like natural, and the 300 feels heavier.
Yeah, it feels like the higher end frequencies are coming through a lot more on the 1200.
Yeah. So here's BAE 1200 and TG. They're both cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I was not really digging the Brent Averill after yesterday's shootout, but I came in, like, of course, at 4 o'clock this morning because I don't sleep. I do. I sleep fine. I haven't been, though.
Yeah.
Because I want to get this done.
Oh, right.
And I was listening to the different sounds, and I was kind of getting a sense of, you know, of everything, and because I was thinking maybe I'll get rid of the Brent Averill, but I'm just going to keep it because it really does sound nice.
Yeah.
And it's cool on vocals. It's clearer. We did a little a cappella. I'll open this really quick, and then we're going to have... Whoa, there I am. Welcome to me. This is this old ballad. See, it's so funny. Like, I have these 2 or 3 things that I use to test everything, and I've been using the same thing forever.
That's smart, though.
You get accustomed to it. So here's the 87 with the Brent Averill, and I guess these are the Brent Averill is at 300, and maybe the TG's at 1200, I think. Anyway, here you go. 87 Brent Averill. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. And the TG. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. Brent Averill. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. TG. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. So people see what they think. It's hard to say, you know, like the Brent Averill sounds right. Like, that's what, you know, but the TG is a little bit like a little more 3D, more larger than life, a little more low end, which, you know, could be cool, or, you know, you could notch that out easily.
All right.
BAE. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. TG. Well, I've climbed mountains just to be here today, and I turn around and I do it again. You've got my heart. That TG is nice.
Yeah, the TG's the second one, right?
Yeah.
I think it is more focused, maybe, like it's a tighter, like is that what you're saying? That's
I don't know. I mean, well, the BAE. Well, again, I've been using this BAE for a decade on vocals, so I'm accustomed to it. But it sounds nice. It's got a nice. It's very clear.
Yeah.
The TG is more, almost sounds like tubey. It's got like more of a warmth. Like, you can hear it just right out of the gate, the opening word, right? Well, I've climbed. Hear it. It's like more dimension. So I think that maybe the Brent Averill is more rock and roll, but the TG, I don't know. It sounds great. It could be really good on a maybe a slower tune where the vocal is big and you want like big. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that's it. So now, because I was really thinking, I was like, man, maybe I'll just, I don't know, you know, like this whole 500 series right here is awesome. But Yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I'm gonna. And then we've got these cappies, which are more like API-ish. Well, you know what? Let me play this for you real quick, and let me get your thoughts on a couple of these, and then we're gonna experiment with tracking with the GMLEQ and the distressor. I always have grand things going on of thoughts of what I want to do, but then you get into this and it takes a while. Well, now it feels weird because now, yeah. So this is now with the Brent Averill at 300 and the TG at 1200.
Okay.
So I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt, right? Here is BAE. TG. Like a little scoopy scoop. Now here's the cappy. Cappy with a red dot transformer. You like the bright? You usually like the bright.
I do like the bright.
Yeah. He's more into the bright. Sometimes that cappy, that red dot is real. Like it really feels like AC/DC, like like real. So anyway, there's that, and then you go down to the vintage 30 cab. Here's the Brent Averill. So I keep saying Brent Averill. BAE. TG. Cappy. Like that. Red dot. Even brighter. I like the cappy, the regular stuff. Anyway, that's just, there you go. It's neither here nor there. If it's neither here nor there, then where is it? They must have got on them with the phone sales, because now they have to. It comes in as caller ID, says spam risk. Imagine you're trying to sell something and the government has now deemed your caller ID has the word risk in it. It's like it's like danger, Will Robinson, danger. All right, let's listen to this one more time, then we're gonna make some noise. BAE 1200. BAE 300. I kind of liking this 1200 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the BAE I like the 1200. Here's the TG 1200. Okay. More hollow. And TG 300. 300's nice on the TG because it takes the hollowness away.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like the TG at 1200 feels like a, and it's not a bad thing. It's cool. Like it's got a kind of a hollowy thing, but then the 300 like puts the center. So almost, yeah. And then Brent Averill 1200. All right. Anyway, well, yeah. Now I feel better.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what the heck was going on with me. All right, let's have a little fun, man. Who's ready to rock?
I'm ready.
All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take these two. We'll just keep it in the TG at 300, right where we want it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come out of the TG. No, we're going to come out of the TG and go into the Allen and Heath. This is serious business here, man. There's a lot going on. There it is, 3 and 4. Oh. Yeah, I'm ready to just make music. Videos of making music now. I'm kind of over this whole thing.
Yeah.
But, it's a necessary evil. You
Right.
gotta do it. Let me see if I got signal. Signal. No,
Oh,
we're recording.
hey, everybody.
Yeah, no, you're live. All right, so now we're on input 2. We'll do this one too. We'll go. So now these are no longer. You know what we'll do? Let's take these and we'll just move them over here. We'll come here and we'll open up 2, and we'll do test 1, test 2. I don't know. It just doesn't matter. Let's get rid of this. Let's mute this. And let's go into and
Rocking the rafters.
dude, I'm telling you, this place is right.
Light fixtures.
Two. That's not muting it. There it is. Okay, hey, I got an idea. Stop making that sound. We're gonna try some fun. Who's ready to have some fun, dude?
Yeah.
Let's try this. We're gonna come out of the Allen & Heath. So the 2 mics are multed in the Allen & Heath. And don't get crazy on me, guys. I know it seems like a little bit weird, but we're having some fun. You know what we'll do? We'll come out the left side of the Allen & Heath. Let's just start. We'll just go left to right, just because it'll make it more congruent. So we'll come out of the left of the Allen & Heath. So the 2 mics are pan left, so now it's coming out. And we're going to go into the GML 45. Then we're going to come out of the GML, and we're going to go into the first distressor. And then we're going to come out of the first distressor, and we're going to go into input 1. I haven't done this yet, so let's see what happens. Now if I switch this input to 1, I hear sound. There it is. So now we're going through the 2 TGs, summed analog, going into a distressor, or going into a GML and into a distressor. The GML right now is just bypassed. It's not. All right. I can adjust the mics at the Allen & Heath if I want more 57, more 421. That's 4-to-1. The detector I just have on high pass. The audio I have on just distortion 3, hitting it, 4 lights, which I guess is about 4 dBs of gain reduction. Like when I'm playing normal, like 1.5, 2. Yeah, it's not even hitting yet. Let's try that. So the way this thing works, Matt, he's never done this before. Come here, check it out. So this is a distressor.
Okay.
And basically the more you hit the input, you see this light that's coming across?
Yeah.
That's how much it's gain reducing. Do you know how compressors work?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, basically as it gets louder, the compressor controls it. So, and it's like a big part of especially modern rock, so that you get everything pumping loud without it clipping over.
Oh, I get it.
And it fattens things up, it darkens things, it can add color,
Oh,
you can add distortion, you can do a lot of things. You can also overcompress and make things suck.
Yeah.
So you don't want to. We're trying to go lower on the suck meter.
Right.
Quick, let's grab the other guitar because we're going to play along a little bit with this track that I fired up, the old Around the World in 30 Days. This is just the raw tracks. There's nothing on this. No No mix, no EQ, no nothing. Just this, just drums, bass, vocal.
Oh, okay.
But I took all the guitars and I hid them away. So yeah, it was a little low on me right now. Especially like how rockin' is wearing a hoodie.
It's the uniform now.
I never liked hoodies. I was like, who's gonna wear a hood anyway? It's always in the way.
Yeah.
Now I've kind of gotten used to them.
Yeah, I didn't in the 80s. They were popular, but it wasn't until the 90s that I gave over.
They
Called them hoodies for the first time.
They're a little weird with guitars because the strap like goes right over the hood.
For real.
These are fresh strings. I strung it about a week or so ago, but I just strung it, tuned it, and let it sit there. The CEO of Gibson Guitars takes voice lessons. Well, I'll probably add a decimator and maybe a little. Oh, see, he's got to step back. We're going to add it. Name that song.
It's Bones.
So nobody has to be in distress because we got a distressor.
What is it? What is that? Not the distressor, the decimator. What's that?
Oh, that's a gate.
Oh, it's a noise gate. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like when you start and stop.
Yeah,
it's
those I'm familiar with.
Yeah. Matt's cool though. He's like OG rocker dude. See, and this is hitting that distressor a little harder because it's got more low end and it's drop tuned. So here is the Marshall and distressor. Adding this EQ. I'm just gonna do one side here. Alright. Videos will get better. I mean, our videos are always gonna kind of be weird because we're kind of weird. So this is an amazing. This is like a mastering EQ.
Oh yeah.
It's a GML 8200. It's strange that it's here. Yeah. Right. Such a low tuning now too. All right.
Oh God, yeah.
Here we go. So here's a little. It's like the beginning of 2112.
Yeah.
You have assumed control.
Yeah, is that a notch filter? Is that what that's called?
Yeah, I don't even know how to use it yet. I have it all the way turned up so I can hear it. Yeah, so we're gonna put a little I guess this is. Yeah, I guess the big knob on the bottom is the frequency. So this is like 6K. Alright, let's get rid of this. This I don't know. Let's not use the top one. It's scaring me.
Yeah.
I gotta figure this out. Alright, so let's go to this. Let's put 6K on the one under it. little skinny one is the Q. Do you know what a Q is? Like, so let's say this is 20 hertz. This is 20. This is like the lowest note you can
Yeah.
hear, and this is like, right?
Yeah.
The Q. Let's say at 400 you're gonna cut. So now as it comes, like this is the graph.
Yeah.
You know, it cuts it. Well, here, you know what? I'll show it to you. The Q is how wide it is at the cut. So check it out. So if I go to FabFilter, right? Let's say I want to cut here around, let's say 400. So that's a wide Q. You see it's cutting all the way up, right? And then you can come here and you can make it a narrow Q.
Oh, weird.
The problem with a narrow Q sometimes is that if you're playing like a melodic instrument, as you go across it, it will sound like a wah wah pedal, because you'll hear it going as you go across it. So I don't know. So you got to be careful how crazy you get. A little 6K. Now we can cut. Let's cut a little bit at about, I don't know, maybe 80. Shelf for the bottom. And you take it out and you hear it. This is normal. This is with the cut. The guitar. It's kind of weird to do this with this heavy a distorted guitar that's this drop tuned, but we're getting the hang of it. All right, so that's we're cutting at about maybe, I don't know, 50, or there's no numbers, but you get a feel for it. It's like 200 and then like 0.04. Yeah, like it's low. So you could just, and if you were to bring the cut up higher, you would really start to thin out the guitar. So it depends on what you want. It's weird. I'm not really liking this guitar right now. You know, I've been so on that, man. Maybe I need these pickups. Wait till we hear it with the track. So, all right, so there's that little bump at like 6. We'll add a little bit of air at around 10. We'll set it up as a shelf. So it's just going to go from 10 up. Just cut out a little bit, maybe around 800. Hear more of the picking now. All right, yeah, you know, I mean, again, this is the first time I've ever done this. I don't even track with guitars with EQ, but it's fun. It's just a strange chain of events. I was like, maybe I should try it, and then this like appeared the next day.
Nice.
Yeah, this is killer. So, so here's without the EQ. And with EQ. Yeah.
I like the EQ.
Yeah, and you wouldn't go necessarily crazy.
Yeah.
Because if you overdid it, you've kind of you could possibly have messed it up. Because if you cut out a bunch of stuff, it doesn't exist now.
Yes,
you know,
this is me. In my quest for tone, this is what I always do. I go crazy over the top, and I'm like, all right, I'll just stay there.
Well, you're a bright guy.
I go, yeah, but
you're a bright guy.
Exactly, but I know it's not the best.
All right, so this is a little shelf at 10K boost. This is a little 6K boost. This is a little 700 cut. And this is a little bit of a low shelf. It's a decent amount of low shelf. It looks like maybe around, I don't know, it's 50 or 60. Little distressor. Wow. Who's excited?
Yeah.
That's OCD and Decimator. So where is it? The GML is in the middle, so the distressor's last. So I want a little bit more. I've got an output out of the distressor. Nice. You know what's so weird about this? I played this song like 15 years ago when I recorded it at this tempo, but we sped it up for the band. I've never actually recorded it at this tempo. I never played it again. It feels so slow. Now we're just going to try the same thing on the right side. Hey, boy, would it be cool for me to swing by for one in about half an hour? Yes! I think I gave him the address already. Oh, did I not? He probably doesn't remember. I'm going to give it to him. Barry Wood. Ah! Okay. Here we go. So we're panning them. Same sound. Ready to bring it?
Yeah.
And this is only 1 amp. Really, you bring in the boogie and do them together, man.
Jesus.
Wow, huh?
Yeah.
Is that fun?
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a little more on the top than I would record with. I don't know though. Let's hear it. Oh man!
Yeah. That's
That's cool, huh?
I'd like that as my tone.
Dang. So there it is. There's that's a Cameron Ocean, this, an OCD, a decimator, into, I'm following my trail, into that's GML first. I think I would always do the EQ first, just because I'm not going to be boosting low end on this anyway, really. And I got the high pass filter because I want the distressor last. And then into the distressor, just at 4-to-1, just not heavy, nothing crazy. Marchy, you know?
Oh yeah.
Get a little Zach Wild.
I can hear my voice coming home. Here we go again. Starting lonely. Around the world in 30 days. Trapped inside this lonely place. Somehow made it through escape. I can hear my voice coming home. Well, here we go again. Trapped inside this lonely. I can hear my voice coming home. Well, here we go again. Starting lonely. Here we go again. Starting lonely. Around the world in 30 days. Trapped inside this lonely maze. Somehow made it through escape. Around the world in 30
All right. So now we're going to try something for fun. We're not going to touch a thing. We're not going to touch a thing. So this is TG at what, 300 ohms? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's 300 ohms. Now we're going to do a playlist. And we're going to do this. BAE. Let's do BAE at 1200. I kind of liked it. I've been using it at 300 for like a decade. But now after listening to it, I kind of liked it at 1200. It felt a little... See, I kind of like the TG at 300 though. All right. We're almost home, buddy.
Dude.
Is this cool or what?
Yeah, dude, it's awesome how many different sounds and everything.
Gonna make the Matt Myers record, man. We'll get 10 Marshall stacks. In it. We'll do it like Back to the Future style.
Oh yeah.
All right, so now we're going through the two. I'll just go over here so it's the same. This is now same thing. BAE at 1200. I'll set this back to 12. I can get the levels because I'm looking at how the distressor's hitting. Oh my God, here we go.
Yeah.
Same setup. BAE 1073 at 1200 ohms. All right, here we go. Take two. Hold on, sorry about that. the strangest things with my hands these days. Because of neck problems. I go through phases where it's like the hardest thing is holding the pick. Like I just can't find a jam for it. So, jeez, huh?
Yeah, no shit.
Bringing it, baby. Okay. So here is the Brent Averill at 1200. G at 300. See, I would, if I had the Brent Averills, I would not have it. There's more top end on the Brent Averills. You know what I mean? And it's a little spiky, but keep in mind, I EQ'd it for the TGs. But, yeah, just gives us an idea of the sound.
Right.
Here's the Brent Averills at 1200. Let's do this. I got a better idea. TG at 300. Brent Averill. Let's not do this. Let's just do the Brent Averill at 300. Because it's I don't know, there's something on the top that's bugging my ear. Maybe I'm just a 300 guy.
Yeah.
300 I think is louder too.
Yeah.
Let me turn this down so I don't,
You could always get more top end later with that EQ and everything, you know.
Well, yeah, and I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to overcook it. Well, I don't care. I mean, I'm just having fun right now. It's like so much. Wow, I can't even hear it.
That's like this band Sleep I was talking about. That's like half their record is ringing
It's
out.
like we need 4 more metal zones. This is now Brent Averill at 300. Same EQ, same everything. I haven't touched anything. I already tell you, I like that better.
You like that one better?
Yeah, I mean, I like it a little more like, ugh. Like, I don't like it so, I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one better, but it is sizzling. The other one is like
Yeah.
crispy on the top end.
Yeah, and I mean, we're adding top end, so you can make an adjustment. But here you go. BAE 300. Yeah, so let's hear it. Now we got the two BAEs. The next video is going to be ridiculous. I'm not going to make it now. I got to deal with my kids, but we're going to do this track again, but we're going to combine the Marshall and the Mesa and maybe run the DI. And,
Yeah.
Oh, man, we'll see how ridiculous it can get.
Yeah, dude, I'm interested to hear. I ain't heard the Mesa yet. I'm interested.
Oh, yeah. It's
Experience
nice. All right, here we go. BAE 300. And TG 300. TG has a little more of a scooped low end, like
Yeah.
the Neve is more focused. See, it's going to be. Remember, keep in mind this track is not like a quintessential only Marshall kind of feel.
Yeah.
To me, this needs like Mesa or Uberschall or Diesel.
I agree.
You know, it needs like a more modern, like
Yeah.
this is like only one kind of aspect of the sound.
Yeah.
Here's the TG at 300. And BAE. It's a little lower volume. Let me get it up a little bit. TG. BAE. TG is nice, dude. What do you think?
Which one's which again? I forget. I mean, I know like what's.
Here's the TG.
Is that the bottom or the top?
No, these are both 1 amp. It's two tracks, left and right.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm playlisting. So here's the
Oh, see, I didn't understand.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Here's the TG. Both left and right.
Oh, okay.
And BAE.
Oh, okay.
You hear the da-na, more like listen to dun dun dun. It's not as pronounced. And then listen to the TG. Like more it's less definition on the
Less
chords.
definition, yes.
So this is where it's cool where you can combine them.
Yeah.
You
that's
know,
real
you can
cool.
combine it. So here, we'll ungroup this. So now what I'll do is I'll throw this guy here. We'll get out of alignment. So here's the TG on one side and the Baron on the other side, which this is other ideas for making. This is how you make guitars wide. Sometimes you get them to sound different, use different cabs, different guitars, different EQ. Yeah, that's two different sounds now. This is TG over here. And Brent Averill over here. And together, I keep calling it Brent Averill. I'm sorry. BAE. And all back to all TG. Or all BAE. Come on in. What's up, dude?
Nothing?
You guys are doing good?
Yeah, can I have something from the lockbox?
Yeah, I'm coming in a minute.
Cool.
Hey, Riker.
Yeah.
There's no way he's gonna hear the difference. All right, so here I want you to listen to two guitar sounds. Tell me which one you like better.
Cool.
Right? I've messed this up. I don't think so. Who knows, right? This is guitar sound 1. Power Sound 2. Like 2 better. He likes the BAE. It's a little more controlled. It's funny. At first, I was like, I love the TG, and then now I'm starting to see the good things in both of them.
Yeah, the combining where it's at.
Yeah, this is great. So that's it.
All right, cool.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, we're using Distressor, the GMLEQ. I just can't get over this thing. I can't believe it's even here.
Yeah. I like the retro look of it even.
Right?
Is it retro or is it's modern?
No, it's modern. It's just got all kind of.
It's
It
got
looks
the
like
70s
it looks
colors.
looks like a Twister game.
Yeah.
But see, the last dude's missing a little blue knob, and I actually got in touch with George Massenberg Labs, and they're sending me
Oh,
one.
sweet.
Yeah. So. All right. So we just made a movie.
Cool.
You want royalties?
Yeah. Where's my release?
You got to say like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Smash that like button.
Oh yeah. Go to my Patreon and pay for something.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't have a Patreon.
Oh, okay.
You can Venmo me a bunch of money though if you want. You know what you could do? You could Venmo me a diesel VH4.
Yeah.
That's what Will wants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Will's all like crazy for diesel. And like,
yeah.
dude, we got to get. We haven't even finished putting all the cables together to put his studio together.
They get
He
you
bought a
right.
house this week.
That's your assistant?
Yeah, the assistant. Yeah,
Oh, wow, nice.
so they started kind of moving in yesterday. So, he's been here dorking out with me hard. I'm like, man, we got to take this party over to your house.
Oh, he's gonna have a studio.
Get
there,
your
too.
yeah. He's
sweet.
got like a overhead weird like room. Looks almost like a barn. Like bonus
loft type
room,
thing.
right?
Yeah.
Oh man, overlooking like the neighborhood. It's really nice. All right, kids.
Bye.
Here we go. Brent Averill, 300. TG, 300. Yeah, and so the EQing I did for the TG, whatever.
Yeah.
You get the idea. Like and subscribe. All right, let me stop this thing before I make an even bigger ass out of myself.